one of the first patients to take our medical history, computer-based medical history, had been selected by an intern who was tired. He'd been up all night, and the idea of being replaced by a computer had a certain appeal. Well, I walked with this gentleman over to the neurosciences building where the link was housed, and he sat, they gave me although to program the machine, it was late night, early morning. Since I had a real patient, they gave me prime time. And I sat this gentleman down at the computer, spun in the program, turned down the lights because the dim characters on the screen were easier to see in the dark, spun in the program from tape, and turned back, I pressed the start button and turned back to observe. And the tapes churned, and after a few instructional screens, "Have you ever had hives?" appeared on the screen. Now the characters flickered, the lights on the console flashed on and off, and the link speaker emitted an eerie, high-pitched sound. And on the other side of the sheetrock partition, people were walking in and out, and an experimental cat was meowing. It was somewhat like Kafka's Castle or Arthur Kessler's Darkness at Noon. Clearly not optimal circumstances for a medical history of any type. And yet my patient became quickly engaged, and soon it seemed apparent to me that rapport had been established between patient and machine. And he talked out loud at some of the questions, and he laughed out loud. At some of them I meant to be funny, some I hadn't. And it was clear to me that for the first time in his experience as a patient, he was in charge. Here was patient power at work. And later, when the teletype machine, our printer, all caps, 10 characters a second, powerful for its time, printed out his summary in a legible but otherwise traditional format. He turned and said, "May I read that?" And of course, I felt that he ought to have the right to read it. And so there, in a break with tradition, he read his own medical record and discovered problems that needed correction. And over the years with our research with patient-computer dialogue, patients have been very, very helpful in revising and improving the quality of our interviews.